Hello, and welcome to another episode of Transport Fever 2 on Very Hard Mode starting in 1850. Okay, so we are looking at St. Paul. Our initial line that we made is losing money. Okay, and the big reason for it is our loan interest and the cost of our infrastructure to our total road cost. Okay. And we're going to, so since this infrastructure number will stay the same, our goal in these tickets and maintenance are a good ways apart, like 40, 30,000 apart. Okay. So ideally, we should be making about 30,000 after we are able to surpass this 23,000. Okay. But in order to do that, we have to take out more loans to get more vehicles to cover our infrastructure cost and make our profit margin bigger for our roads. Okay, so looking back to our fuel situation, we have a new demand for fuel, which is at 46. Okay, remember it's 2 crude to 1 fuel. So that means we should be shipping at a rate of 92 now instead of 64. So that gives us room to add some more wagons to our crude line here. So I'm going to pull up that rate here. And our new goal is 92. So we're going to pin this so we can keep the rate there. We're going to manage our vehicles. Obviously, we don't have enough money here. So let's borrow 500,000. See if we can get to 92 with just that little bit of loan. So we're at 81, 83, 85, 87, 89, 91. And last time, when we first set up the line, we were at 64, but somehow this number was miraculously a little above that. So I think that's going to do us fine. So now we get those vehicles out on the line, and we're going to fast forward the time here to make sure it's on quarter speed, and we'll see where our finances are after a few moments of that running, and we'll see if we can plan out our next chain. Okay, after looking at the map, we are back to St. Paul. And let's take a look at our money situation. Adding those vehicles looks like it did us some good. We made a measly profit of 12,000 in that era of time there. And we're still doing okay here. There's a good distance between that, and we're definitely getting further away from our maintenance infrastructure cost. And we're going to check one more time on our demand here. It's to 51. Okay, so that means our rate should be 102. So let's check pause the game, check our rate, and it's still at 92. So let me get that up to 102. We still have money to get that to happen. So we're going to look at the line, pin it so we can keep looking at our rates. And we need that to be 102. So clone, 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 and one more time. Okay, so that should make us a little more money now. And we're going to look at our next line. There were a couple options that I had. One is Athens food. So we could truck grain to the food and bring it back to the town and have an empty load going back to the grain. Okay, that one should make money. So that's option one. Option two, we take fish to meat to food and then that's one line. That would be a decent money maker there. And then a separate line to Orlando. Okay, that one would make us money. However, the return trip from here in Orlando would make no money. And also the trip from here to here would also make no money. So option one, back up at Athens, still more intriguing to me. Then we have our last option is stone to brick to Akron and back to stone. Just because it was the first one I came across, we're going to go with Athens. Okay, so I might involve borrowing some money. I might involve that. So here we go. We're making a line of food chain for Athens area. So again, we want to have a straight road from this farm to that food plant. Okay. When we build our truck station here, you don't want to delete any of the farmland because it costs a lot of money to remove the field. So hopefully, yep, that works right there. So we want to kind of angle this so that it won't touch the field, but still be in catchment of the grain building. And it's probably going to be right here. I just want to try to make it as parallel as possible with that field. Okay, so just eyeballing that. And so we're going to place that down there. We want to not destroy it. We want to get our things, our entrance, our one-way entrance and exit on there. And we want to connect it to the main road. And now we want a nice straight road from here to there. And I don't want a big curve. That's expensive. Actually, let's build our station here. Then we can finagle the roads. And it looks like we go all the way out here. So we'll put it down kind of has the same slope. Looks like it's trying to build it pretty high. So it's sloping down like that. So you also don't want to spend a whole ton of money on this station. It's still sunk in, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks like we're almost out of money. So we have to borrow another chunk of change. Okay, we're out of money. So let's borrow. So nice approachment. Okay, it's nice and straight. Okay, what is not nice and straight is this curvy road. So take that out. And we do want to have some intersection there. That'll take some distance off our trip. And we want to put in truck stop unload. Again, that intersection will catch everything at this moment. So stick it there. And coming back to the grain, again, we want as straight a road as possible. So we're going to another intersection. Intersect there. And get back and get more grain. Okay, we're making our line next. Athens Food. Okay, again, we need another depot. I think this road that we just built is a good candidate for that. Okay, and this has the same issue as the fuel. So this food needs 2 of these grains to make 1. So when we look at the demand for Athens, it's at 48. So our initial rate should be 92. So with that in mind, we'll see what kind of rate we can get. But we'll buy our first one. Again, make sure you're on cargo. Choose the carriage. And putting up Athens Food. So now when we look at the line, you see it has a rate of 2. That is, if one vehicle is 2 rates, to get 92, we would have to have 48 vehicles. So let's see how much 48 vehicles are. So we would need 47 and 1.1 million. So that's how much we'll borrow. Is that enough? To buy 47. Darn. We are 1,000 short. That's okay. Again, this line should make some money, just like the fuel one did. So yeah, we need to borrow 1 more set of money. Borrow. Purchase those vehicles. 47 of them. And now we should see a rate. Oh, we haven't put them on the line. Put them on the line. We should see a rate of 101. Okay. That's fine. We know that demand might increase, so we're going to keep that for now. So we're going to speed up time and see where our profits are ending up. Okay, let's take a look at our finances now. Only lost $139. Okay, we're about to get a full lap in. Once that last one gets back to the grain station and makes its second lap, that's where we can tell the full story of what's going on with that line, if it's profit or not. But first we'll look at our new demand for food. It is at 74. So our new target rate for that line should be 148. That's crazy. So that line can take some more vehicles. So we're going to go ahead and pause. Click on the food there. Manage the vehicles. Oh, forgot to pin that rate up here. Oh, we're up to 124. We're closer than we thought. So yeah, 148 is where we need to be. Manage the vehicles, and we'll match the vehicles to the line color. I think it's this color. That's correct. So I'm going to start duplicating some vehicles till we get 148. We'll do 2 at a time. Yeah. 148. 2, 5. And that should be enough. Okay. Right, and the game has ran well, and look, we didn't have to take out another loan to get those vehicles up and going. We're going to check back in on our fuel line to see if we need more vehicles there. So our demand for fuel is at 54. That means we need to be at 108 for the rate, and our rate is at 102. So it can take a few more vehicles. Manage. Okay, and then if that ends up going over 108, we can always cut some vehicles off. Not a problem. All right, well, that will do it for this episode. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.